Welcome to the Titanfall 2 collectible guide for every Nook and Cranny. We're going to get all 46 of them here. On this one in particular, I captured this after I caught the collectible, so right where I just put my cursor there, we're going to hop up on these pillars. We're going to wall run over here, and then right where that spot is, where I'm at right now, that's where that first one will be. All the rest of them, you're going to be good. You'll see all of the Titan pilot collectible helmets here. Alright, so as we move on, I'm not going to talk about every single one of them. Just of note is when you collect a helmet, and if you die after you collect a helmet, you don't have to go back and recollect it. As long as you collected it the first time, you're okay. This one was a little tricky. You see I didn't get it the first time, so I had to hop back up. You can hop back up pretty easy. Just had to make sure you double jump there to get up there. I'll kind of pause sometimes just to make sure you can see what area you're in, kind of get an idea of the surroundings. This one was really kind of funky because you really couldn't tell exactly where you were, but you're going to hop up on one of these pipes up here. It's that first pipe as I almost fall off. I never said I was that skillful. This you're actually going to get out of your Titan and hop up here. There's going to be a lot of enemies in this area, so you might want to clear those out first. I died multiple times in this section on the trying to get up to that. It was a little funky of a jump, but after a little bit, I figured it out. Some of these jumps are a little tricky. This one's a little weird too. It's up very high, and you got to do a lot of different wall scaling to get yourself there.
Exercise caution.
This is just a big round room. You're just going to have to run around for a while, scale all the pipes and the walls. Yeah, make sure that's some stuff you can't stand in very long, so get yourself out of there.
Major Anderson went this way. It could be a shortcut to the rendezvous.
This is at the very beginning of this level, or mission, whichever you want to call it.
Pilot control initiated.
What are we doing here, BT?
We must proceed through this facility and continue to the rendezvous point with Major Anderson.
Now there's going to be an edit coming up here where it's going to look like it goes to another section in the map,
What is this place?
but you're actually just pretty much going to be right here, so you're actually going to keep running pretty much straight forward. So ignore that edit pretty much and just keep running straight forward from where you were, and there's going to be this little gap over here that you're going to go into. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky. So that area I was just showed you, that is a big long hallway, and that spot is where it actually is. Once you get down to the end of that hallway, you're going to turn right, and this is what's going to be on your right. So you're going to want to actually go kind of up and backwards, and then follow back up on these pipes, and then you're going to have to crouch underneath here to crawl under that pipe. But there's a lot of enemies that you're going to have to take out to get to this point. So once you start down that weird long hallway, that's when you'll start to see everything. And here's where that helmet was that I showed you in that first little circled out spot.
Good idea.
Thank you, pilot.
Now this one I could not figure out a way to get back up, so I just jumped off the edge and died. And like I said before, it still counts. Okay, this one's a little weird too. You're going to actually ride this weird little house being built, and it's going to take you to this area, this platform area, where there's going to be a lot of enemies to fight. So go ahead and fight all those enemies, jump over to the platform. Once you cleared out all the enemies, now you're in this platform area by yourself. Hop up on one of these things, and you can see up there where the helmet is. So then you can just hop down to the next box, and then double jump yourself and wall run up to get that helmet. This area is really funky because you're actually on your side, so everything is, gravity's pulling you the other direction. You'll know it when I'm talking about it, but once you get up to the top clearing area, past the kind of the interior of the house, then you'll be on this outside area where you can start to just kind of jump around to the far left, and that's where you'll want to be, is the far left side to get this helmet. This one's all the way across. I could have probably ran and jumped on that one, but it was kind of late. You want to make sure you give yourself plenty of time to wall run across that to make sure that you don't overshoot the helmet over here. I even almost overshot it and was pretty far back. I think you might be able to get up there even if you overshoot it, but I wanted to make sure I was careful.
Strange. I'm picking up traces of my own data signature within this area. The distortions must be affecting my scans.
This was another one I had a little bit of a problem with, just getting the jumps right. So that's why there's an edit there, because I did it a few times and had to just kind of keep jumping until I got there. There's also an edit here, I think, that looks like I took a break, but it's actually the same exact spot, so that you'll come back to. So kind of exactly where you just came from, where you got that helmet. And then you're just going to go right up here. It's on this light pole up there. Now this is a different one because you're going to get the ability to go back and forth in time. So you're going to have to go up all the way around this thing. There's going to be a lot of enemies in here, so that's why I have a couple of edits, because I ended up fighting a lot of different enemies in this thing. But you can see it all the way up there. So this is just me kind of making my way up to it. There's just a lot of wall running, a lot of little platforms, and once you get to the top, you should be able to see the helmet itself to be able to pick up. But you're going to want to be in this time area, the old time area, I guess, not the present. So in this section, you're going to walk into this room, see this hologram guy talking about it. You're going to want to run back out into the hallway where you came from. Again, you'll go back in time, or actually you'll go into the future. I always forget the future looks bleak, and the past actually looks okay. Just sprint past these things. Don't worry about doing that. I think you can get past them pretty easily. Just pop back into the future and then pop back to the past to get the helmet. This is pretty simple. Just pop back and forth between time areas to use the platforms to your advantage. They really like that mechanic, so they made you do it a few more times. And I have no idea how I didn't die in any of that. At this point, you're at 25, so you should get the collector achievement.
Pilot, the rings at my location contained a large. Anderson's plan indicated a recon mission within close proximity.
This is pretty much right after you just got number 25. This one's a little funky. You got this arc gun thing. You're going to shoot straight up in the air. You're going to end up really high at a certain spot here, and then I just was looking around and saw this. So you can go up and down multiple times using that arc gun. This was kind of a pain. I think you can even get to it using the arc gun, but I just kind of fell and got it. So it was just trial and error and trying to get that one specifically.
Be careful. We've already lost a lot of good soldiers over there.
Scans indicate a fallen pilot. My memory recalls this pilot as an exceptional fighter, proven well during the fracture operation.
I thought I could jump that. I guess I couldn't.
What's fractured?
He's just right up on the top of that middle section there. And then we're actually going to go straight into getting collectible number 30 right here. It's straight across. I'm going to miss the jump here, so there's going to be a funky edit, but there's two of those pillar things. You're going to want to hop on the first one there, as I did, and then fell off, and then double jump to the second one. And you'll actually have to kind of jump on, wall run onto it and jump onto that one again, and then double jump over to get that helmet. Okay, here's one. You don't have to do anything in the air, but BT throws you. So you just kind of got a wall run once you get there. I screwed up on this. You can see the door right there. I went upstairs. You actually just need to open that door right there and to get the helmet, but instead you get to watch me run upstairs really quick like an idiot, and then run back down, drop back downstairs, I guess, and open up the door because I didn't realize where I was. And then the next one is going to be right outside of the door here. So as you were to go, you're going to jump outside, wall run across, and then you're going to get into this crane. That's where you just wall ran from from helmet number 31, you're going to move this wall over here, and then it pretty much stops itself right there. So just hop out, wall run across, and then you'll see the path to get to the next helmet. There's going to be a lot of enemies in this area too, so I tried to kind of get by them when I could. But you can see where that was right there. We're just going to hop up and grab that one. And a little farther along, you're going to come across another crane. They really like this crane mechanic. So you're going to move this crane over to this platform. I think this is one you're going to have to do anyway just to traverse the area. And you can see the helmet up at the very top of that building up there. Again, here's one where you're gonna you just move the crane over to this area where you're gonna jump across. As that door closes, just go run straight up on top of it, and the helmet's right there to your right. So before you activate anything in this area, I would recommend just going ahead and getting this helmet. There's going to be a lot of different arcs to activate. Just go ahead and grab the helmet first and then continue on with your objective in this area. Because once you move that satellite, I don't think you can come back. Another time where BT is going to throw you. Follow this left pathway and follow the path I'm going to show you, and this one's pretty easy. Just continue following the path up to the top of this satellite, and you'll jump across here. And this one's pretty open and easy to grab. You just got to walk up this little steel structure here. Just stop up here by this big red pipe and you'll see the area where you can get out. There's gonna be a lot of enemies in this area. I'd probably clear them out first, and then you can go ahead and hop across to this thing. Again, this was one I had a hard time jumping back across because I hit my head and I just died. This one's very confusing. You're going to see this ship pull up alongside of you here. You're going to want to get in it as soon as possible, because if that door closes, you are going to miss out on getting that helmet. It happened to me the first time I just respawned, and it's kind of a little janky once you get in here. Even that the door wants to keep closing. This is going to be after a big fight scene inside of this area. It's going to want you to go upstairs, but just go straight back. And the helmet is going to be at the very, very end. This is going to be after a pretty big fight scene with a bunch of Titans. So once you clear out all the Titans in this area, you're going to see these weird buzzsaw looking things. And it's the second one, not the first one. And then you'll see this little hangar here to walk into. You should just be able to follow the vents up until you get the helmet.
We must stop the IMC from using the full weapon at all costs. If we fail, the militia planet of Harmony will be destroyed.
And this is going to be your last helmet to get. This is pretty much right before the final fights. So just hop up here to the second little arc looking circle there, hop out. Missed the first jump like I did. And again, just hop on all the pipes and the vents, just like you do everywhere else. You do have to kind of jump up to get this one, as weird as that sounds. And that is your final collectible. So you've now got the 90-point achievement for every Nook and Cranny, and I hope this video helped you out, and thanks for watching.